All right, we're going to be continuing our analysis of the Mayflower Compact. So, the reason that we're learning about it is because it's an important document that was written by the Pilgrims that basically was the first written government in the New World. So, they basically got to America and they didn't know what to do. They were like, well, we don't have a leader, we don't have any rules, so let's make some rules before we get off the boat. And this was the rules that they came up with. So, I'm going to read the Mayflower Compact to you, and your responsibility then is to answer the questions that follow on the next slide. So I'm going to always click on present mode, and this is what is called a primary source, fifth graders. And a primary source is a source that is actually the actual source. So this is the same exact document that was written in 1620, and it is now 2020, so exactly 400 years ago. So the language might be a little confusing, a little funny, and that's why I'm reading it to you, so I can stop and explain what each thing is saying when they speak in a little bit of a funny tone. So this happened exactly 400 years ago. How crazy is that? So this document is 400 years old, and this is what the actual Mayflower Compact said. Pretty short, actually, for being a government document. So remember, this is the document that the Pilgrims used to create their government before they got off the boat when they landed in the Americas. And they were English. Remember that. All right, it says, in the name of God, amen. So that's important because it teaches us that they were very religious people. We, whose names are underwritten, the loyal subjects of our dread sovereign, remember ruler, Lord King James, by the grace of God of Great Britain, France and Ireland, King, defender of faith, etc. So they're saying that they are under the rule of Lord King James. So that is their leader from England. Having undertaken for the glory of God and advancement of the Christian faith and honor of our king and country, a voyage or a trip to plant the first colony in the northern parts of Virginia, do by these presents, solemnly and mutually in the presence of God and one another, covenant and combine ourselves together into a civil body politic for a better ordering and preservation. So they are saying that we have taken this trip to Virginia, and we are also swearing and promising that we are going to be bound together in a group and we're going to follow some rules together. So they're agreeing on some rules, and they are technically colonists by definition because there are a bunch of people that believe the same thing that are living together. And furtherance of the ends aforesaid, and by virtue hereof to enact, constitute, and frame such just and equal laws, ordinance, acts, constitutions, and offices from time to time as shall be thought most meet and convenient for the general good of the colony. So they're saying it's okay if we make laws sometimes. We'll have to make laws in the New World, so we have rules for people to follow. Unto which we promise all due submission and obedience. They promise to be obedient to the laws they're creating. In witness whereof we have here under subscribed our names at Cape Cod the 11th of November in the year of the reign of our sovereign, Lord King James of England, France, and Ireland, the 18th, and of Scotland the 54th. Anno Dom 1620. Anno Dom means the year. So these are all the people who wrote the Mayflower Compact. As you can see, there's a lot of names there. So let's go to the questions now. Okay, who wrote the Mayflower Compact? Well, you can pick any name that's at the bottom of here to help you understand who wrote the Mayflower Compact and write in the box. Why was the Mayflower Compact written? So, what was the reason they wrote it? The Mayflower Compact was written because is your sentence stem. I'm not going to tell you why. So what date did it happen? It looks like November 11th, 1620. So I would write November 11th, 1620 in the box. Now, number 5 and number 4. Number 4 is an opinion question. Do you believe the Mayflower Compact was necessary? Why or why not? Do you think it was necessary that they had rules and laws in the New World? Yes or no? So defend your answer for that one. And number 5, it is a democratic document, which means it is a democratic document. I spelled this right. Democratic document because it was signed and voted on. So anything that's signed and voted on is a democratic document. So the people agreed to this document. So you need the date here, who wrote the Mayflower Compact, and do you believe it was necessary? So do you think it was important that they had government in the New World? Yes or no? All right, that is your assignment for Thursday. If you have any questions, let me know.